What's up, Team Buckhouse? Johnathan Buckhouse here, and it's time for another resort review. This is the video series where we go to a brand new ski resort, we absolutely rip it, we shred it, we explore it, we see what it has to offer, then we come back here and we give it a score from 0 to 100. Now, the way we're gonna get that score is by going over 10 categories. Each category is gonna get a score from 0 to 10. 0 is not applicable, meaning they don't happen at all. 1 is terrible, 5 is average, and 10 is best in the world. Now, that's the rules we play by. That's just the way we're gonna do this. Some resorts might get a bad score, but it doesn't mean it's a bad ski resort. It just means it might be for a specific group or something like that. And that's why we're gonna go over who this resort is for on top of the score. And with all that being said, let's jump into today's resort, Powderhorn Ski Resort. Now, Powderhorn has an elevation of 9,850 feet, a vertical drop of 1,650 feet, 1,600 skiable acres, more than Crested Butte, and on average gets 250 inches of snowfall a season. So despite it having a low elevation, this is a pretty large Colorado ski resort. Now let's jump into the first category, lift prices. How expensive is it to come ride at Powderhorn? And at $79 for the day, that blew my mind with how many acreage you get to snowboard and ski out there. So I gave them an 8 when it came to lift prices. Now lodging, ski in, ski out, if you wanna stay on the mountain, sadly, that is not an option for you, so they get a 0 for lodging. Now ease of access, how easy is it to get to Powderhorn since we can't stay there? And it's not that easy. If you were to fly into DIA, you're looking at over a 4-hour drive to get to this resort, or even if you're coming from Denver. But if you can fly to Grand Junction, or if you're in Grand Junction, you're only looking at an hour drive. That's gonna be your largest city nearby. So overall, it's kind of tough. You are in this like back road too that kind of gets to the ski resort. So I gave them a 2 for the ease of access. This is not the easiest ski resort to get to, but it's not like gnarly death drops, if that makes sense. Now, if you're wondering why did we go ride Powderhorn in Colorado when we could go to Vail, Breck, Keystone, anything like that, the reason why is because we have a goal to ride every resort in the United States, and you guys can track our progress by going to resortskimaps.com. This is a resort map with every resort in the United States. All of the green resorts are the ones that we have been to. You can click on them and watch our videos there. If you click on a red one, nothing will happen because we haven't been there yet. So click the top right-hand corner, you'll see our schedule for the upcoming season. You guys can take time off of work or skip school, whatever you need to do to show up and work with us and help us make the best videos possible, because the locals do make it better. Thank you to all the locals that come out and shred. With that being said, where's the best place to stay, locals? Where's the best place to eat? We need your information. Fill in all the blanks of this video in the comments. That way people that want to come ride can find the information that they are looking for. But once again, check out resortskimaps.com. You can spend hours looking at all the resorts and just seeing how many resorts are in the world. It's literally crazy. This website is the coolest thing ever. So resortskimaps.com. Now lifts, we got to get them out. We want to shred it. And with 1,600 acres of rideable terrain, they only have 3 chairlifts, which blew my mind. Those lifts got you to so much terrain out there. So that was pretty awesome, but it's just 2 lifts. They're kind of old, they're kind of slow. The right-hand side, or skiers left of the mountain, definitely needs a faster chair. Like, it was a fun side to ride, but the chairlift was just so slow and so ugh. So when it came to lifts, I gave them a 2 for lifts. They do also have 1 surface lift, but overall, yeah, like, they could use some lifts there. Now runs, we want to rip around the mountain and see what they got to offer, and they do have 53 runs at this resort and a ton of boulder fields. I've never seen anything like that at a ski resort. There's just like big sections of just tons of rocks, like get covered in snow, and you can jump off of them. They're almost like pillow fields. It's kind of cool. I'm sure on a powder day they'd be super sick, a little sketchy, but I enjoyed riding them. And then the groom terrain was incredible. You could carve for days on this resort. If you're really into carving, making nice long S-turns, things like that, their runs are great for that. The only thing this place was really lacking was incredible bull riding and maybe some like super duper gnarly steep stuff, but they did have the skiers left section did have the steeper, bumpier, ungroomed terrain. So I gave them a 7 when it came to runs. They were really fun. Now park, we showed up, they did have a pretty awesome park built. I heard they do put up some jumps a little higher, so we missed the jumps. But overall, it was a fun resort, fun park. Rails were in the middle of like, they weren't like janky, but they weren't like the nicest rails I've ever slid. So I did give them a 3 for park. Now, if you guys want to let everyone know you are part of Team Buckhouse, consider snagging an Evolution sticker. If you're a skier, we do have ski versions of all of our merch, guys. Link down below. If you do snag any of the merch, not only can I find you guys on the mountain a lot easier, Yo, little dude, that is a sick sticker.
What's up?
That's the sickest sticker. What's your name?
Oh.
But it supports the dream. We do this for a living, and then traveling and going to all the ski resorts does cost money. So you guys snagging the stickers or any of the merch is how we fund that. So thank you to everyone that has been snagging the merch. If you do tag me on my Instagram, I'll give you guys gear and sticker shout outs in my vlog videos. Now food, we're gonna get hungry on the mountain. We're gonna wanna eat, and their food was just a normal lodge food. Nothing special, no crazy restaurant or anything like that. So when it came to food, I give them a 5, an average for the food. Now views and scenery, how sick was it to be on this ski resort? And it was a totally different view than I've ever experienced here in Colorado. Because you're pretty low, you know, you're kind of close to Utah. So it just had such a different vibe on the mountain, which was enjoyable, you know, growing up and riding in Colorado. It was a fun, just like, I'm in Colorado, but this is a totally different view. Not a ton of gnarly mountains around, but like the nice big plain and everything. So when it came to views and scenery, I gave them a 5 on the views and scenery. Now employees, we don't cover snow conditions because that could vary from east, west coast and fresh snow and all kind of stuff. So we don't do snow conditions, but we do employees because we have a Keystone employee absolutely ruin our day on the mountain. You can check out the Keystone incident video right there. But we also had employees at other resorts and all over the place make our day on the mountain. So that's why we cover employees, because if one went out of their way, made sure they got you the rental, the one that's gonna fit, everything like that, instead of just like trying to rush you through the line, just get their day done and give you a horrible day on the mountain. Like, that's why this matters. So when it came to employee, Powderhorn had average for employees a 5. Like, we didn't run into anyone that made our day great. We didn't run into anyone that made our day bad. It was just overall just a mellow vibe on the mountain, which is great for employees. Now the last category, the would I go back factor, because if I want to go back to a ski resort, why would I recommend it to you guys? And I would absolutely go back. We want to have a powder day at Powderhorn so bad to see if the name really lives up to the name, you know what I'm saying? So when it came to would I go back, I gave them an 8 on the would I go back. Their park was also still fun, even though it was small. But with all that being said, if you enjoyed this resort review and you want to check out others or see if I reviewed your ski resort, you can check out the resort review playlist or go to resortskimaps.com. We literally have a list of every single score of the resorts and all of our stats and things, so you can check out that at resortskimaps.com. Okay, so Powderhorn, out of 100, they got a score of, subscribe, of 45, which is 5 points below average, but this is a pretty awesome resort. I do think they could get that average score. You know, if maybe their park game went up a little bit, maybe their chairlifts got a little better, maybe they got a lodge there. Things like that could definitely make this resort a lot better. The terrain was incredible. So who is this resort for? Families, intermediate snowboarders that love to ride the mountain, and overall just like the intro park people. But it's a great mountain. I hope you guys check it out, especially in Colorado. And if you're snowboarding on a budget, you might be putting a little extra in time and gas, but you'll save a lot on that price for the lift ticket. So with all that being said, Team Gals, thank you so much for shredding with me today. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you tomorrow in another video, because it is daily on this snowboard channel.